No, when like 45 minutes after you're really drunk. The first time, you don't understand that when you get stressed. And that's
the first is number one.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
You said two.
All like.
Hi everyone from all over the world, it's Jolly Molly Wong again and welcome to another story time. I'm not sure how many story time I've done when I post this video, but yeah, welcome to story time. So as you can see from the title, today I'm going to talk about the story, the time when I got really drunk. As you can see from the title as well, it's one of my worst experience ever. So if you're thinking, oh my god, this girl is gonna tell you not to get drunk, she's gonna be that typical Asian who's gonna be really boring and she's gonna tell you not to have fun and stuff. Well, if you're thinking like that, well, feel free to click the, close button, because yes, I'm gonna tell you why it's so awful that I would not recommend you to get drunk. So yeah, if you're still staying here, let's go straight to the story. Okay, so how I got drunk. Before I tell you anything about, I would just say I will give you the setting. So that time when I got drunk was during one of the days when I was during my exchange in USA. So if you have seen my videos, you know that I went to an exchange in USA. So yes, it's during one of those times. And I would say why did I get drunk? Why I decided to get drunk? Well, one of the reason is because I was at my dorm and we have something called home party. If you don't know, it's just at your dorm and then you have a party. You play games and while you drink. So there are games like Kings of Cup, or in another version it's called Rings of Fire, something like that. And then yeah, you have some board games, and then if you lose, you drink, or based on the instructions, you drink. So that's what the context was. So I was in a dorm, and then we have games and playing games, and I have to drink alcohol. But the reason that I got drunk wasn't because of the game. It was afterwards when everyone stopped playing the games and we're just talking, and I was, I didn't have anyone to talk to. I was bored, so I thought, yeah, perhaps I should just, be some boring girl who just take their cider. I was drinking cider at the moment and start drinking. So I was like, drink. So I think I just finished like 1.5 bottle of cider. I know it's little, it's like minor to a lot of people, but for me it's like a lot, because I used to hate, I'm not used to, I still hate that taste. I hate alcohol, the taste of alcohol. I don't like it. I just normally drink because of the purpose, perhaps for fun, for partying, anything, but I don't normally drink, so I have a really low alcohol tolerance. Yeah, so that's what what I am here. So anyways, I drank like 1.5 bottle of cider, and then I saw this, there's half can of beer. I thought, oh yeah, perhaps I'll try drinking that too. So I just don't know why I drank. It tastes bad, but still at that moment I was like a bit tipsy, a bit dizzy. And then I thought, yeah, well, since I'm at this point, perhaps I should get drunk. So at this moment it's like, oh, I never got drunk, so I should try, right? So I went to another friend who was making, who has rum and Coke, and she was making Coke plus rum, which sounds good, tastes good. So I was like, yeah, give me 1 cup and try. So yeah, good. I drank all. Voila, I got drunk. I mean, real drunk. And the moment I knew I was drunk was because my tears were uncontrollably dropping. I didn't know I was crying. I just one of my friends, why are you crying? And I feel, oh my god, there's water down my cheeks. And then I start to ask really random questions to people like, do you hate me? Why do you hate me? And then those people doesn't really hate me, right? I feel like at that moment I was reflecting my deepest fear. I used to be, not used to, I still am, but it's not that serious. I am someone who's very anxious, and there's time when I'm depressed, but no one really knew. I just know it by myself, but I never tell anyone. But at that point I just don't care. I just kept on asking, do you hate me? Why do you hate me? But that person doesn't really hate me, right? But that's my insecurity, my deepest fears. And that moment I just voila, just talk about it. So anyways, afterwards, I remember myself talking for 2 hours straight, like non-stop, talking and talking and talking. And then in the middle, one of the worst experience I would say is that I kind of vomit, but I don't feel anything. That's one of the first main thing that I feel like this is the most awful experience ever. It's because I couldn't feel anything. I lost my senses. I lost the control of my muscles. I feel like my mind is numb. I mean, everything about me is numb. I couldn't feel anything. And then at one point, I just suddenly bowed down, and then next moments, I just heard someone, oh no, she vomited. And then when I looked down, all my clothes here were filled with my own vomit. Ew, right? It's disgusting. And I didn't feel a thing. You know, when you vomit, normally you feel like really, really sick. Something is rising up your throat, and you have this feeling, oh my god, like this, right? I feel nothing. I just bow down. My head just bowed down, and then that's all. Imagine, now it's lucky that I only vomit. Imagine if you hit something or you were slashed by something sharp and you have this huge cut, this huge wound, and then you feel nothing. It's bleeding, okay? It's bleeding. So what's the purpose of your mind is to tell you, oh no, you hit something, you are in pain. You have to find something to stop this from bleeding or something to stop this pain. But at this moment when you are drunk, you feel nothing and you just let it bleed. Yeah, I was lucky that I only vomited but not getting hurt. And yeah, so that makes a very awful experience for me. And another thing for this is because when you get drunk, your senses are heightened, like lightened or whatever. You just feel so high, excited. You just talk about anything. You just do anything. You are not afraid of embarrassing yourself. You just do things that you don't normally do. And so I would say, yeah, I did something crazy too, which is, so I was filled with a lot of vomit, right? So my friend, who's really nice, really patient, she's my roommate, and she went and took some new clothes for me from upstairs. So my room was like 8th floor, and I was on the 3rd floor. So they go up and get me new clothes for me to change. So normally, even if you're around with really, really close friends and they are all girls, you don't normally change in front of them, right? You don't take off your clothes in front of them and in the living room. And according to my own memory, I think there were no boys, but I'm not sure. Perhaps there were boys, okay? Anyways, I just didn't care. When she gave me those clothes, I began to take off my clothes, take off my trousers without caring whether others are watching. And my friend's like, oh no, what are you doing? And she's trying to, I think in my memory, she was trying to protect me. I was like, no, don't do that. She's trying to stop me, but I don't care. And I use this really, really bad attitude to tell him to, don't. I don't know, really, really annoyed and stuff. I was really rude at her. And then I was doing things that are embarrassing me. Imagine when there are strangers or people who has met me for the first time, and when they see me acting like that, what do they think of me? A lot of people, I would say, they know you or they become friends with you or they like you because of the first impression as well. So if your first impression is really bad, perhaps they would, hate you for that, or they are not willing to become your friends because of their first impression. So imagine there's someone in that party who just met you for the first time and you act like that. What do they think? Even if they're sober, even when I am sober, when I meet them again, they would still have this bad impression of yourself. So yeah, it's not really a thing that makes this experience good because you're following. I'm going to tell you some ways that you can, make this whole experience a bit better. I'm not saying that it's going to be much better. It's still an awful experience, but there's something that you can make it better, less dangerous, less risky. And so for parents who are watching this, okay, just admit it. You can't stop them, these teenagers or child, can't stop them from doing something by telling them it's going to be dangerous, blah, 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 blah. You can't do it because it's not safe. They're going to do it. The more you say no to them, the more they're going to try. So no matter what, they might try someday. So yeah, but and of course there's also, situations, even as adults, you might have to drink because of socializing purposes or, even for a job. Right? Bosses might, force you to drink for, getting a better relationship. In China, we have guanxi, definitely a lot of wine and alcohol just to keep this relationship going. So sometimes it's unavoidable, but there are things that you can make this situation less risky. And these are the following things. First, I would say if you don't want to drink, you are not someone who likes drinking, and there's this situation where you're forced to drink, then perhaps this one sentence can help you to get away from this situation, which is you can say, I am allergic to alcohol. So yeah, I am allergic to alcohol. So if that person hears that, normally they would say, okay, that's okay, you can have something else. Then you can get rid of this situation or avoid yourself from getting drunk. And of course, if there's someone who still insists you to drink that, well, I would say first, they are not really a good person, not a good friend, because when I say actually being allergic to alcohol, it might mean that it might cause death. Allergic to alcohol means it might cause death, and it's something risky. It's dangerous. I mean, it's not something that can be joked. So if that person still insists you to drink that, well, that's not a good person, the person may say. And for me, of course I'm not allergic to alcohol. I'm not sure, because my face kind of get really, really red when I get drunk. Perhaps I am, but from now on, normally I would say, yeah, I'm allergic to alcohol, and they would say, okay, that's okay, then you don't have to drink. Now, second, if it's when you really want to drink and you are deciding whether to get drunk or not, yeah, you can decide whether to get drunk or not, okay? So if you can decide whether to get drunk or not, well, there are these following two things is help you to consider whether it is a good choice for you to get drunk or not. First, is it whether, the place you're at, is it safe, okay? Are you in a safe environment? What do I mean is that the distance between where you are getting drunk and your bed, is it close? For me, the reason that at the time I chose to drink was because I was in my dorm. So I was only a few floors away from my room. So I would say, okay. And then I was drinking at my friend's dorm, which is still considered as safe because I'm not going anywhere far away, okay? So, but if you are drinking, the environment you're in, you are drinking at your friend's home, and you have to, you can't stay there for a night, and then you have to, travel a few streets or just opposite the street, then I wouldn't suggest you to get drunk, because it isn't really a safe place. Of course, if it's at home, you don't have to move. That's the safest place to get drunk. The second thing is other than a safe place, is look at the people around you. Are these people someone who you can trust? What I mean is that people who will not take a video of you or a photo of you and then post it online, share it to other friends, or post it on the upload to the social media to share with the public. I mean, there are a lot. I think you have seen that, right? There are a lot of people who actually take photos of their friends or family anywhere and then post it on YouTube. I was thinking, what the hell? Why do you have to do these things to these people? I mean, they have a reputation, right? When they get drunk, think again. If you're with these people, they upload your image, your photo, or video when you got drunk. Normally, you don't really act, your best. And then everyone else online can see what you look like when you get drunk. And when they actually meet you, they would always have the image of you when you were drunk instead of the image they saw you right now. So everyone's going to see how embarrassing you were, how ugly you were when you were drunk. Wow, so I wouldn't want that. And so of course, now when you have decided to whether you should get drunk or not, then you decided, okay, I want to get drunk. Then the last thing, which is the most important thing, take away your phone. Put your phone as far as possible. Lock it up, whatever. Just don't have a phone nearby. The reason I said that, because when I got drunk at that moment, I had my phone nearby, and wow, that was a disaster. It's lucky that I didn't do a lot of bad things, or else, well, I'm not sure whether my good reputation is still here. Yeah. What I did was that my phone was nearby. I got it, and I record a few Snapchats and send it to the friends on my top list. And then the reason I knew about this is because my friends at that time who's in Hong Kong and I was in USA, right? Next day when I woke up, I saw a few Snapchats return, and the response was, what happened to you last night? What did you do? What were you talking about? Did you get drunk? A lot of these responses. And one of them is even a WhatsApp. I was like, what the hell? And you know what? The worst thing is I sent a WhatsApp to my crush at that time. I don't remember what I sent to him at that moment, but I did send a message to him, and he asked me whether I got drunk or not. Which is the worst experience of all. Oh my god. Well, luckily that I'm not, crushing on him anymore, but still, it's really embarrassing, right? So that's why I say, like, even if you're around people who you can trust, who will not upload things or send messages to others, just don't put your phone near you, because you are going to embarrass yourself, okay? So, yeah. As you can see, it's really... Oh my god, even if I think of it right now, it's still embarrassing and it's still a very horrible experience. I would never, I don't want to experience that again, because it's just horrible. And if you have experience, I hope you understand my feeling. And of course, if you understand my feeling, I agree to my points. Of course, as always, remember to share this video, and of course, to give a big thumbs up if you did, have the similar thoughts and have similar experience as mine. Yeah, I know it's really bad. For personally, I do think it's really bad. Oh my god. Anyways, I guess that's the end for this story time. Hope you enjoyed that, and please give me a big thumbs up and to subscribe. Remember to subscribe if you want to hear more about my stories. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let's end this video by saying remember to stop existing, start living, and be alive. Bye!